Good morning, everybody. It's 3:30 in the morning and not sleeping very good tonight, so I figured why not work on my projects. I've been working on this tie-dyed tumbler for a while. I hand painted it with acrylic paint and I've put one coat of epoxy on it. I have printed out on water slide paper some decals that I'm going to put on, so we're going to put those on together this morning. I have one left to cut out. Nice and easy. Scissors and trim around the edge as close as you can to the pattern. Find with circular stuff it's a little harder on a water slide with getting wrinkles in the corners. So if we get this nice and close, it'll be smaller. I haven't really got a plan for the placement for these, so we're just gonna wing it, see how it turns out. Alright, I'm going to start with the biggest one first. Maybe put it there. Move these other ones out of the way. So I'm going to put it into the water. The water is just a little bit warmer than normal tap water. And it is going to curl up a little bit when I put it in there. So I'm just going to help it to stay straight. And I'm going to let that soak a minute. And while that's soaking, I'm going to wet the tumbler a little bit. It helps with the placement, helps it to slide on nice. And I'm going to grab us a piece of paper towel. We'll need those handy after. So this is going to take about a minute. And it'll get soft, and then the picture will come right off the backing paper. It's already starting to move a little bit there. And I'll leave this one sit a little longer than I did my last one. My last one gave me some troubles. And actually, because that one's not going to take much longer, I'm going to put in one of these ones to start. That way I don't keep you here all morning. Alright, so this one looks like it's ready to come off. So I think I want to put it just all willy-nilly here. And I'm going to start pulling the paper out from underneath. Sorry I'm covering your view, I just didn't want to rip that corner. And I can still move it around and adjust it if I want to, but I think I really like it right there. So I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to give it just a dab to keep it in spot. Now if there was any water drops underneath, I would have worked them out. But this one went down fairly flat. Alright, and then I'm going to check on this one. And this one's ready. And I want to put this one maybe just down here on the bottom side of the cup. Sorry if you can't see that. Same thing, I'm just going to put the corner down and pull the backing paper out. Position it on the cup. Dab it dry, don't pull, just dab it. Straighten a little bit better there. Okay, now I have a hand, maybe I'll put it here. Same thing, it's going to curl up a little bit when I put it in the water. Give that a minute to start. Gonna turn the tumbler just a little bit, and I think I'm gonna put the hand right about here. Same thing, I'm gonna wet this spot a bit. Give that one a few minutes head start, and then we'll put the next one in once this one's almost ready to come off. They're coming off nice this morning. At least something's working for me. Yeah, so that one's almost ready. So I'm going to put the second one in so it can start. And I figure about here. Oops, a little too rough on that one. Hopefully it doesn't tear. Get my corner down. Try to pull up along the fingers so I don't rip the fingers off. Couple water bubbles under that one I'm going to work out. And again, I like it there. I'm just gonna dab this down. This one wants to squirm around a little bit on me here. I think it's looking pretty neat. Work some of the bubbles out of this one. There are a couple forming up under there. Get a dry towel. I'm actually just going to leave that towel on there as I turn this. I don't want the muffin pan to rip off my other ones. So I'm going to put this here. And I think I'm just going to put the other one over here somewhere. Throw this one in the water while I'm waiting. And this one is ready to come off. So somewhere here maybe. Maybe here-ish. Same thing, I'm just gonna pull the paper out from underneath. And I'm gonna straighten that out. I got a bit of a fold there. Paper towel to dab it down. I think it's turning out pretty good. Oh, bit of a wrinkle here. So this one here, maybe I'll just put this other right here. I think is a good spot for it. Oops, my bottom one's escaping. Just pull it right back into place and tap it down. Alright, now this one is ready to come off. And I'm gonna put it right here. Dab some of that water off. I don't know if I want to do another one or not. There's a bit of a naked spot in here that maybe I will put that one right up here. So my last one that I printed off, while that's soaking, I am going to work on patting these ones a little bit more dry so they're set. This one down here on the bottom. And just dab it and keep dabbing it. Try to work the water out from underneath them. If you just leave it to dry for 24 hours, it will just dry on its own. I like to coax it a little bit so it doesn't shift on me while I'm not paying attention. Alright, and I'm gonna put this other one, probably should be ready, it's smaller. And put it right up here. Again, just pull the corner down and pull the backing paper off. I like it right where it is. Give it a dab. And that's it. Going to let this dry for probably about a day, and then I'll put a coat of epoxy on it tomorrow. Seal it in. I have something on the tumbler right now, so I can't do this right now anyways, and plus it's always good to let the water slide sit a little bit and dry it. Alright, again, my tie-dye tumbler with water slide decals on it. Oops, I gotta be more careful. Ready to dry it. Have a good day, guys. Okay, here we are back again with my tie-dye tumbler. I've got my water decals all set. It's probably been about 2 days. It didn't really need that long, but I've been tied up with other stuff. So I'm gonna mix up my epoxy here. Again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm just using little dollar store shot glasses, I suppose. There's no measurements, so I just make sure they're equal in the bottom. Some people weigh their stuff out. I haven't. I don't have a little scale to do that, and I've been lucky so far. I haven't had any problems. So we're gonna mix up these two, part A and part B. And again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm using, I'll show you here in a second what I am using. Art resin. Seems to work pretty good. And we're going to give this a stir. I usually use my heat gun to warm this up, but my heat gun is upstairs. I was using it in part of my kitchen the other day. So just going to use the warmth out of my hands, and hopefully that's good enough. When I added the mixture, it went a foggy color. I usually stir it up until it starts to go clear again. Lots of bubbles in this mixture. I'm going to regret not having the heat gun. This brand actually says not to use the heat gun for it. Not sure why. And there's my epoxy, ready to go. Unfortunately, it said lots of bubbles in there. I'm doing a thin coat anyway, so it should work itself out. So I just used my finger. Actually, I'm going to poke a little bit, give it a bit more of a stir with that. Alright. And here we go. The ooey gooey part. Start spreading it on. I'm going to turn the turner on. So I'm debating. I think maybe with this tumbler I might actually do a bit of a contest. Not sure the details yet, but somewhere along the lines of if you like my YouTube channel, then once I get 50 likes, I'll draw from those names of people who liked my channel, and that person will win this tumbler. I'll figure out the details and post it when I post this video, but gotta work out the ideas. It's just a thought in my head right now. At 5 o'clock in the morning, it's not very clear. So I'm just gonna work the epoxy around. Try not to get it under the rim. Makes a mess under there. And the bottom. My tumbler is getting a little squeaky. I have to find out if there's a way to oil it a little bit. I'm gonna poke some of these little bubbles. Heard you could take a straw and just blow on them too. Haven't tried that yet. I'll have to try that. And there we go. I'll just clean up my tools and clean up my glove, get rid of that. And I'll put a cover on this and I'll check it again in about 12 hours just to see how it's doing. It'll be 24 before it's fully set. And that's it. A tie-dyed tumbler with peace symbols on it. I had fun doing this one actually. See you guys later.